If you're looking for day trading education and high-level trade analysis and dissection, you have come to the right place. My name is Pat Mitchell. I've been a professional day trader for the past 11 years, and I'm here to bring you professional day trading content all here for free on YouTube and on X. And tonight we're going to be going over two trades, going to be talking about essentially how to make money off of technical analysis and why that is the true method to success for a day trader. So without any further ado, one sec here, folks. I'm going to fire up these fucking charts and we are going to rock and roll. One sec here, guys. Okay, now that we are into the charts, we are ready to do this. One sec. Hey, folks. Okay, so let's go over this. So I'm going to go over actually the second trade first, and then I'm going to talk about Qs. Qs was actually the first trade that we took here today, but that's where more of the lesson is. So let's talk about SPY. So SPY was a secondary trade opportunity. And for those of you that are just joining us, these blue levels represent levels and technicals that I had struck prior to the market open. And then I designed trade plans. These are struck 30 minutes before the open at 9 a.m. sharp every single day. And then I design, like I said, trade plans and contingency plans in case the trade doesn't work, because we all know not every single trade needs to work exactly as planned. So you always have a way out of the situation. And on SPY, it kind of broke into that contingency plan. So let's go over that. I think that'll be a great lesson for you guys. So on this one here, what we were looking for, because again, I didn't want to go long. Even though this is support, it has high odds of failure. And the reason for that is if you look to the left at this blue upper chart, this is the daily chart. Okay. Now, what you have is, if I could scroll this back even further here, you can see that we are quite extended. We've been grinding up. We broke out of this trend range and it continued up. And now what's happening is we have this consolidation range, which I said yesterday that we would start consolidating, which we have. Now, what we need to realize is even though there is a long and there is an opportunity there, right, to go long, and it would have worked. It would have absolutely worked. The bigger trade is always when you are up at highs. Excuse me, you have more potential in the short. Therefore, I'm going to lean that way. Okay. Doesn't mean that I won't take the trade long. I didn't in this case because, again, the opportunity, especially on Qs, because Qs was opening very close into below the previous close. It was hovering there all morning. And pretty much same here on SPY. It's reading weak. So you might have some shorts get squeezed out, and that's fine. So really what I'm looking for is I'm going to let SPY, number one, if it comes into this upper level, I will go short. That's not what happened. So we ended up popping up and then selling off. So now what I'm looking for is a slice through that level. I want to see it break that level, come up, and now retest that resistance. So as it's coming up to test that resistance, I am entering in, and my initial risk on this, and I'll explain why I widened out my risk a little bit. My initial risk, you won't be able to see it on your screen most likely. There's a very faint blue line. That's the opening price of pre-market or the opening price. So that's a level that I will watch. Okay. So as it comes up into that, I'm going to add into that level, which I did. My initial entry is back into the previous close where it tests. And then I'm going to add into my risk. Now, what happened here, and I'm going to clean up this chart and zoom in a bit so then you guys can fully understand. One sec. Zoom right in for you. So what happened here is you can see that right here, it came right into my risk and it started to stop. Okay. It was hanging out. This next candle kind of freaked out and it popped essentially into morning highs. Okay. So right into that area. So when that happens, the damage is already done and it's okay to amend your trade plan or your stop. Give it a little bit. Okay. The damage is done on that. Like what a lot of people do is they end up stopping out right at the top or right at the bottom. Okay. Because they get emotional in these trades and they'll stop out when the damage is already done. So if the trade pops against you like that, give it a minute. Just watch what it's going to do. That doesn't mean hold and hope on forever. It means simply just be rational about the situation. And if the damage is already done, if that loss is already there and it's kind of at that maximum range, just relax a minute. So then playing this chart out, next candle here doesn't break those highs. This candle comes up to test. It is still right at high morning highs. The next candle, you see this green candle right there? That's the important one. And as this was happening live, I said, okay, now I need to watch. If this next candle now goes any higher, because I watched the time, there's a countdown clock on candles. And if you have a setting for that in your chart software, you need to put that on. It's important. Okay. When I was a new trader just starting out, I didn't realize how important that was. And through the years, I've realized that if the candle doesn't have much time left, that means the next candle is going to open. I know that that's super obvious, stating the obvious, but hear me out. If that next candle is going to open, that is a brand new candle. That's the candle you have to watch, because that is now your confirmation candle that it wants to keep going. So this candle opens, and I said, we'll watch it. Okay. It rejects it. And once it gets back below this support area, so right in here, you're safe. Get your hand off that mouse and relax. Okay. So as it was coming out, coming up, sorry, I did size my position down because I was holding a little bit much. So I sized my position down, which resulted in obviously a red trade. Now I'm just simply going to allow it to work, which is what I did. Now, all of this work, and it's a beautifully executed trade. I only walked away with $100, but I've said this a million times on this channel. How much you make in a trade is truly irrelevant. It absolutely is. If you're looking at it through the right set of eyes and you're simply trading to trade well, you are managing these positions to the best of your ability and skill. Profit is irrelevant. Not every trade are you going to make a huge sum of money. It doesn't matter. Okay. And I already locked in a nice amount of money, thousands of dollars on the day on Qs. I'm okay with risking a little bit. Okay. So on this trade, I ended up taking it all the way up here and down here. Once it kind of broke these lows, once it snaps through that, I'm going to get out of the trade. Really nice overall trade. Very happy on it. Locking in $100. I'm cool with that. So overall, really nicely managed trade. Now let's talk about Qs. So Qs was really interesting, and it's a very simple trade. And oops, one sec. I'm going to zoom in. So Qs right here, I should zoom in a little bit further. Sorry, folks, just so then you guys can really see the beginning of this. So we were opening up below. We wanted to open below this previous close. From this previous close up to this level is about, I think it was 50 or 60 cents, minimal risk. And with that said, that means as soon as the market opens, any green candle up, I will execute that trade. Why? Because of the level of protection that you have in this trade. You're protected. It's just not going to keep flying through all of these resistance levels. Well, I shouldn't say can't. It can, but the odds are very low. And that's what we deal with as traders, odds and probabilities. So the odds dictate that it is safe to just simply execute the fucking trade, just get in it. And then if it wants to come higher into this level, you would add to correct that position. It didn't need to do that. It didn't do that because of the level of protection. There's a reason why protection works, guys, because you got to see a lot of the problems with new and struggling traders is they're not looking at these charts or the market through the eyes of a professional. If you're in a position and you're either looking to get out or sell your position into a target, which is always done into levels, okay, and you see how much resistance is overhead, you think twice about holding all the way. You're just going to simply start selling your position and locking in your profit. And that's what they're doing. Okay. or you have shorts that are now short selling that position just into that, just like I did. All professionals trade the same. They have the same mentality and the same mindset. So if you're a new trader that's constantly scared to get into these positions, or you're not understanding what protection means and why it sells off before a level, start looking at it through the eyes of a professional trader, and you'll start to wrap your head around the mechanics of the market. It's actually far simpler and easier than what people realize it is. So, like I said, market opens up below. So below the previous close here, as soon as it opens and comes up, I enter. I'm not going to zoom in, but that's where my initial entry is. Okay. As it pops up higher, I get a much better average. I'm looking to acquire a decent sized position on this because of the level of protection. So add into that. This next candle opens just like the lesson over here. Next candle opens, it pops. It cannot come higher than that initial morning resistance. I will fucking add. It's time to get in, guys. And then simply just work this bitch all the way down. Absolutely fantastic trade. This was a really nice trade. A very quick opportunity to add into it. I took the ad and that was it. Locking in $8,711 on this. And I got to say, and it's not just about my trading and my entries. You know, the traders that I work with on a daily basis, when they're posting their entries and I'm seeing how they're entering, how they're paying themselves, what their mentality is, and why they're doing the things that they're doing, man, I got to tell you, I'm so fucking proud of them. This is the best group of traders that I've worked with over running Trick Trades for the past 8 years. Got to remember, I've been running a service for a long time. I've seen lots of people come and go, and never in the history of Trick Trades have I worked with a group of traders that have the highest odds of actual success, which I couldn't be proud of. You know, you get a lot of people that come into the doors of Trick Trades that, you know, because day trading attracts the wrong type of trader. It attracts the greedy. It attracts fucking the stupid. I've seen so many stupid fucking traders come through the doors. And lately I've noticed, especially over the past, year, 2 years, the amount of traders that are coming into the service that are the right fucking member, the right trader, that have the right stuff in order to become a legitimate professional trader is amazing. And I couldn't be more proud of them because their entries, their exits, they're all with intention. It's great to see. So if you want to become one of those traders that want to get your shit together and actually become a professional trader and do it legitimately and full time and consistently and not have this roller coaster ride on your fucking account, because that's nonsense. That's bullshit. It's so unnecessary. Come to tricktrades.com. If not, enjoy the free stuff. It's going to take you fucking forever to do it, but that's on you. That's why I've got 1,000 free videos for you. And remember, October 1st, I have a free webinar, October 1st, 7 p.m. right here on YouTube. There will be a link for you to sign up in RSVP. Check it out. It's going to be a good one. It's not your regular day trading psychology. This is hyper day trading focused. So, okay, guys, I hope you all have a wonderful evening, and I will see you tomorrow. Adios, folks.